This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Yeah, it's hard right now. It's tough. It sucks. You want to crawl in a hole and die. But this could be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Justin Burke.
And we actually take better care of her than our plants.
Oh, you're talking about Susan. You're back on that?
Yeah.
And Mitchell O'Brien.
I watered all of the plants. All of them.
It is the 8th of March, 2024. My name is Corey Winfield. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Joining me, obviously, Justin Burke.
What's up?
And Mitchell O'Brien.
Hi.
How's it going, guys? You doing good? It's Friday, made it through the week.
Fabulous.
My week ends after tomorrow.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Yeah, because you have your meeting, so you kind
Yeah.
of incorporate that into it. That's cool. What are you doing this weekend, Justin?
Seeing my daughter.
Oh, yeah? What else?
Giving my mom her new phone.
Whoa. So you got your mom a new phone. What else?
That's it.
Huh. I'm confused, Mitchell.
Me too.
Why?
I feel like there was more to this.
There's a lot more to this story because I read your blog, which anybody can do at 217recovery.com.
/blog.
What about it?
Well, you wrote a blog that
Well, internet ain't gonna be hooked up for like a week.
you love your mom. Oh, that's right.
The 18th. It's only the 8th. 10 more
Okay.
days.
So you got your mom the internet,
Yeah.
and that doesn't concern you. It doesn't scare you. You don't feel like you're enabling.
No.
Okay. Because she's just going to expect this from you from now on.
It's all right.
She's probably going to quit her job, and then you'll be paying her rent.
And I ain't paying her rent. She can work to pay her own rent.
You're opening a door, Justin. That's letting in the not good stuff.
I remember a goals sheet that said differently than what he just said.
Oh, what do you remember it saying, Mitch?
I remember it saying how he wants to make his, life situation better so he can move certain people in with him.
Well, I'm working on that. It requires a lot of money right now to a tax agency that I'm dealing with. So that way I can be able to afford to have an apartment.
But instead of having an apartment, you're making sure she's got internet. Because that's a bill, too, that kind of comes out of what you could be saving.
A little bit.
I think he got the internet because he needed it for himself.
Kind of.
Because your mom's out in the backwoods, right?
Well, in Baldwin.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
same
backwoods. So she stays up in Baldwin in the woods, and there's no internet there.
Well, she said she was going to cancel the internet. And I'm like, no.
She can't cancel the internet, bro.
What are you going to do when you're there if she doesn't have internet?
Yeah, internet's people use
It'll be-
internet all over the earth, bro.
It'll be boring.
What did the internet do to her?
She don't want to pay AT&T's sky-high prices for internet.
So she's gonna cancel the internet.
Yeah. Which is in my brother's name.
Who else got canceled recently? I don't really follow the cancel thing. I just kind of like who I like and don't like who I don't like.
Yeah.
So when
that's
people are
kinda
like,
where
"We're
I
gonna
am.
cancel Eminem," I just kind of chuckle.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You
Have
ain't
fun with
canceling
that.
Eminem.
Have fun. That's cute.
That makes him stronger.
Right.
But I can't remember your name now, Justin.
Wow.
I almost called you Jordan.
Tables of
Jordan here wants to man. I'm horrible with names, but you
Jordan
gotta remember
Marshall
Justin's.
on the 217 Recovery Podcast.
Yeah. That's the thing I used to call Mitchell Marshall forever.
That was funny.
Yeah. But no, so Justin wants to cancel the internet. Like, I don't think you can do that, bro. Or she wants to.
Yeah, at her house.
Yeah, she's not that
Like, shut it off.
powerful. Maybe she is that backwoods that she thinks she can cancel the internet.
Well, not like the whole internet. Just service at her house.
Oh, okay. I was so confused, clearly.
Wow.
So she's canceling it because
Brain.
it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Did you tell her to take back some of them bottles? There's other things that people can cut out of their life, but it's so funny how we'll start to cut those things out first, in our addiction. I'm not saying anything about who's addicted, who's not addicted. I'm just saying myself personally. Like I would do that same thing. I don't even need it. I'll just have Netflix. instead of like me going, maybe I just won't spend money on booze anymore. You know, like that'd have been the easy choice. But no. Like our addicted brain, that's not even an option. Not have booze? No. That's option one. I'm having that first.
Yeah, I convinced myself that I would save a bunch of money not drinking. And then also the fact that of how much weight I gained and how many calories it was and how bad that was for me. And I was like, I really need to stop doing this. And a year later, I was still doing it. So.
I'm going to start tomorrow.
Cunning, baffling, powerful.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going. So back to Justin's troubling story here. So the internet is coming in a couple weeks, but her phone's, you got it with you
Yeah, it's in my car.
in your pocket?
No, it's out in my car.
Oh, the car you don't lock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now everybody knows.
Yeah, we do.
Good thing it'll be gone by the time people hear this.
That's true. But now that we stopping by to check it out.
Hey, I got to run out to my car real quick.
Okay. We'll hold on for you. So
I'll kick you in your balls on your way out.
that'll be nice for her to have that though, I think. And you know, doing stuff for other people, and you said in your blog, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know, it really gives you that sense of like, not that you have to buy people things to do. You can mow their yard, you can clean up
Right.
their dishes, you can do whatever. Tons of stuff that you can do for them. But you know, buying them things that they couldn't afford or that they normally wouldn't splurge on themselves for it.
Right.
You know, that does feel good, and I'm proud of you for being able to do that.
Yeah, my mom gave me a bunch of money last summer when I was going through like my divorce
Yeah, she did.
and was down and out, as long as like trying to pay my old cell phone bill because I was too stupid just to call and tell them to shut it off, even though I had a company phone.
Yeah, I think your boss finally told you to do that. Like,
and I finally did, and but that was like $350 a month, and car insurance, car payment, rent. Like I was strapped for cash. Like my mom paid my whole way last summer, you know. So, I mean, she won't ever take anything back from me, neither at all. So, you know, like I've offered her money. Here, have some money, you know, and like still, when I go down there on weekends, like she don't charge me for food or anything. Like she'll go out and spend $200 at the grocery store. Be like, I don't want your money.
does she buy that good food or does she buy off-brand stuff?
No, she buys good food.
I mean, off-brand stuff can be good food too.
Yeah,
I'm
good
saying.
food, nice home cooked meals.
So, what are you guys having tonight?
I don't know.
What do you want tonight?
I really don't care. My throat hurts so bad it hurts to swallow.
Yeah, he's getting that man voice finally. I'm so proud of you for that.
Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you.
What are you gonna have tomorrow morning?
I just typically don't eat breakfast anymore.
No,
No.
about lunch. When you like, so you wake up, you take your shower, you get you all shirt off, naked, then you call Mitch and I. Then
Video
then
call.
you head to the fridge. What are you grabbing? Bologna, bread, peanut butter, jelly, mac and cheese. Like what are you making over there? Because you're talking about you just up there eating up all our food.
I mainly just eat dinner when I'm down there.
Okay, so you just
Whatever
wake
she
up,
cooks.
take a shower, do whatever.
Yeah.
Don't enjoy internet because you don't have it yet, and then you're just like, all right. You just sit around, wait for dinner. Like, what do? Like, you take your daughter fishing, you help her with schoolwork, you
She's
just
been
yell
so
at her
bad lately. I just yell at her.
the whole time.
Yeah,
That's fun.
pretty
With your
much.
shirt off.
That sounds weird.
It was. It was weird. It was weird for us as well.
Yeah.
Mitch, I've
happened.
called you before, and you're at home with your shirt off.
I know, and it's because I don't want you to call me anymore like that. Like, stop video calling me, bro. So I'm like, maybe if I answer with my shirt off, he won't do it anymore. And no, you just you meet me
Still
there.
does it, huh?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay, so this just means we can both be naked.
That's so fucked up.
I got nothing
Yeah.
for that. Nothing to say, really.
I tried for shock value, and it just gave him permission, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I start looking at my buttons like, what? Okay, let's ignore this conversation. What can I hit?
I was born with mine, but I'm glad I can identify it now.
What drops can I hit?
That's insensitive.
That's cool. So we're going to start a podcast, and we might as well talk about it now. It's going to be called Recovery Dads. And we can talk about being dads.
Yay.
Okay, Mitch just made a reference to sucking penis.
I know.
Did you want
seen
to talk
that.
about that? You want to talk about that?
Can you
before
mute my mic for a minute, please?
Oh, yeah. You can do that. But I don't know why you were showing me that. Oh, you got a cough. Well, now we can't hear you. Yeah, well, you're muted.
That's so funny.
I'm going to mute Justin's too. Okay.
right.
He was a little close. Okay, sorry.
The second I did that gesture, I realized he's not going to see a cough. He's going to see an opportunity to make fun of me.
I don't know what else you're saying. You're like, I'm like, do you want to talk about? Because we were talking about that before we did the podcast.
Yeah, I thought that's why we started a podcast.
And I was like, well, let's just start a
about
podcast.
the
And
fellatio.
we're talking about this stuff.
About how he doesn't really care for it.
Whoa.
all out there
He's not saying he's closing the door.
for both our viewers.
What? No way.
And he doesn't like to return it neither.
What? No way.
Well, I'm not trending on
Fuck's
Tinder
sake.
anymore.
That just baffles me. Well, it explains the patchy beard.
Yeah. I watered all of the plants.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's about all you did in plans.
Right.
So yeah, that did happen though. We were talking about that, and then Recovery Dads podcast was what I was going to talk about. And thanks for the gesture, Mitch. That was fun. Yeah, the Recovery Dads podcast we're going to start. I don't know when that will officially kick off, but we got some little equipment today so we can do like the show from the road.
Yeah.
So don't have to be in no studio, no stupid nice studio with Corey's crap and cameras everywhere. But we can take it out on the road if we want to, and that'll be fun, I think. And first we were talking about, maybe we will. We'll see how that works out. But I really want to have a place where it looks good, but filming it in a certain location, you know, we can post like a video thing too. But I've always been a radio guy. I've been more intrigued by radio. I see people doing them on YouTube and people watch them, and that's cool and all. But the beauty of a podcast is you can listen to it when you're driving down the road. You don't have to pay attention. You can just use just listen.
Right.
You know, you can be in the shower, you can be taking a dump, you can be in bed, sleeping. Like, you just listen to the podcast. So it's a lot easier to listen as opposed to watch it. And how much time and effort is it going to take to put that together?
True that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for my video from Recovery Stories.
Oh, man.
It's been over a week.
Well, yeah, I was going to do it this weekend, but I don't work weekends, so.
Just wait until you have Parker. You'll understand.
Yeah. And I won't work weeks either.
I know.
I'll only work weekends.
I've really enjoyed how the dynamics have changed around here since like when we started, because I really felt like it was everybody gang up on Mitch back then. And it's a lot more pointed at all of us now. You guys will come at me, but then you go, you know, and we can, you know, jump on Justin for a while, and you know, it makes it easier for me, you know, a little less stress.
You're still the pivot man.
Yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I definitely give that back. So
Oh, now I got to hit it, Mitch.
which one?
Got your ass 2 times because you can't drive.
Dedicated Jeremy Duran. We should start doing that. Just dedicating it to Jeremy every time.
I don't know if we should say his whole name the whole time. JD.
Or Jeremy Duran. I like Jeremy, though.
Yeah.
I like Jeremy.
He should be out in a couple months.
Hopefully.
Yeah, he should be. I'm sure we'll see him. That'll be fun. Because, like,
Did he get boot camp?
I don't think so. I think they call it jail or something.
Prison?
No, I don't know about that.
I thought he went to prison.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely prison.
Yeah, he went to prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boot camp's
This is a great
an
place to
early
talk about
release program.
Thanks for tuning in. Jeremy's like, well, whatever. It happened. But it was.
But boot camp's early release, they go there for like 90 days to see how well their attitude and whole well-being is.
Oh shit! He ain't gonna be out for about 10
And then-
years then.
And then, depending on how well you progress during
Like,
boot
I
camp,
don't have to do that drill.
you can get out
Here's why: because it's the
And you'll
18th Amendment.
and you'll have
fly-
to do all your
fly out.
time.
Well, we'll see. I don't know, but I remember just last year having him around. He's a fun person to be
Yeah,
around.
he is.
Yeah.
You know, and looking forward like towards this summer. It's like, what events are we going to do? Apparently, Mitch, thanks, signed up for a bunch of cool stuff to do for the Cherry Festival.
Yeah, the fun ones.
Yeah, like I was like, last conversation I had with the assistant director about that was like, we should probably not do that this year because there's a baby coming in the picture.
Right.
I'm probably not going to be around for it. I don't really want to commit to that when we need 5 people to do that, and we just lost a member of the staff. Not that, you know, like I don't know. We're down a member. I'm out. Marty's out.
I like how you pulled up right there at the end.
Probably shouldn't. Thank you. Probably shouldn't like start like volunteering for things, committing to things.
5. I can get 5 people. Wow. We've got Kim. We've got a driver.
Who's the driver?
Marty, you.
He won't be because he'll be
I'll
taking
be on the
people
road.
to treatment.
Yeah.
Because it's not on the weekend; it's during the week.
Well, that's not how
Right.
it worked last year.
Last year was a weekend.
Oh, was it?
Most of the stuff was on the weekend.
Yeah.
We did stuff during the week.
Not very much.
Not a lot.
And Corey drove those times.
Oh, well, we're
Go, Mitch.
We
Mitch,
have more.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch.
Mitch.
We've been having me doing volunteer management trainings
Yes,
all year
because I want
So,
you to head up the volunteer people.
Yeah.
I want you to do that. So I know when Marnie was like, because I was like, oh, we're not doing. Wait, what? We're doing it? And she's like, yeah, Mitch is going to do that. And then, so I was like, all right, cool. Well, if he wants to do it, then you know he definitely can, and that's kind of what his job was supposed to be. So
Did you sign us up for the East Jordan Festival and the Boyne City Festival yet?
Well, I didn't have a hand in the East Jordan one, so I need to talk to you about that. But the Boyne City one, yeah, we're perpetually signed up for that until we tell them we don't want to be. So I have a.
I think we should do the Petoskey Fair too.
Petoskey Fair,
Yeah.
is it the Emmett County Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do it. What do you mean, do it?
Like show up with our tent.
Just show up,
Yeah.
fly drone around.
We need to build a float for the Pirate Festival.
You want to build a float for something else?
I'm not
No
building no,
idea.
floats.
I got an email. I'll read it. It said, let's do this.
I said, hey, what you think about this?
All right, we should build a float.
I'm out.
Did you talk with him about that?
All right, Ken. That's your new nickname, Ken. Shout out to Jeff Lang.
Oh,
Oh, Jeff, I like Jeff. I'm just saying, Jeff understands if he listens to this podcast. He'll know what I'm talking about. But back to the volunteering stuff.
Yes.
That'll be fun. That'll be cool. And we can go to these events, do the Recovery Dance podcast, do the 217 Recovery podcast. I'm not sure which one, but maybe both. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they both coincide. Because, like, if we were doing Recovery Dance podcast, like, we would have topics. We would have, like, Father's Day is coming up, and I don't know, whatever. Mother's Day is coming up. You know, what are you getting your mom? You know, like, stuff like that.
I think it'll be fun.
I know that's not a real, like, an interesting podcast everybody in the whole world probably want to listen to, but
Well, no, I think it'll be funny too because we can do like this is Mitch from the Recovery Dads podcast on 217 Recovery. I don't know, it'll be goofy.
yeah. And once
We'll do
you
goofy stuff.
like prompt me into explaining details of the blowout, the first diaper blowout I have to deal with. You're the joy of you two will like. Jesus might come back in that moment. Like seriously, he might just come back like, well, that's what we wanted to see. Oh, that's the happiest that any two people in one spot can be.
just make sure you take pictures.
Oh no! I just hope you don't get a finger painter
Yeah.
because some kids you'll go get them in the morning when they're supposed to wake up, and they'll have whole Mozarts on the wall.
in their room.
Like I've known quite a few families that have gotten finger painters, and my kid wasn't. My kid was cool because he had blowouts, but once he got like old enough to walk, I remember this one time it started to happen, and he like stuck his hand back there, and he brought it out, and there was doo-doo on his hand, and he just went, and like reached out to me like, there's poop on me, and didn't touch anything.
Yeah, that's good.
I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, Mom, I gotta go.
Got a problem.
Yep, I dropped my phone, started wiping up the doo-doo, changed that one, and we were good. There was no mess. But you get them other kids who are like, ooh, what can we do with this? Let's play tic-tac-toe on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like a roll of the dice. So,
And they say your kid's going to be 10 times worse than what you were as a kid.
I was great. Mm-hmm. It was. I have no problems. Straight up angel baby.
I don't believe that.
Even have the dimples. So
The dimples is what got you away with everything you did wrong.
no, if you ask mom, she'd be like, yeah, Corey was pretty much perfect. Out of all of her children, my mom would have to say I was the best.
Really?
You know?
Mom says the same thing. She said, if your brother would have came first, I would have never had you.
there you go.
Happy Mother's Day. So we'd say, see, that would be like covered dads. So I think that would be the stuff that we were talking about, just the fatherhood stuff, you know, and different questions and different things as we have different levels of fatherhood and recovery and all that stuff and how you kind of put it all together. And we'll have guests on too that, you know, we know people in early recovery, and it's so, and I'm going to say this is funny, but it's not, how we've seen people in super duper early recovery when they're trying to put it together and say they enter treatment for the first time where they haven't really been a father for the last 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll get to treatment center and go, well, if I can't call my kids on every Saturday at 6 o'clock, then I'm out of here. Like, wait, when's the last time you called your kid at 6 o'clock on a Saturday? Like, never. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so not funny, but it's funny how all of a sudden they'll be like, well, I need to start, and like making these demands. It's like what you need to do probably is just what people have been telling you is listen.
Yeah.
Just pull the stuff out of your ears, listen, and do what you don't want to do, but what you need to do.
I laugh because of how relevant that is in the phone calls that I take. Like,
It's true. I've seen it. I've heard it.
I know.
I've heard it too.
Every week, you get at least one. So
I was in the middle of an intake. Well, can I call my kid right now? We're doing an intake.
yeah,
Well, then I'm out of here.
All right, buddy. See ya.
see you next week.
Yeah, and then they've had some, like, we do transportation. We take people to and from treatment. And in the early stages, people call me, and one thing I've always said is we're not a rehab rescue. You know, we're not going to go rescue you from rehab to get you back to your drugs. And this kid called, and he wasn't that old. You know, he was like 23, 24 or something like that. And he was just like, yeah, well, I need to get back to my family. My stepdad was in the hospital and he just died. So family really needs me. I'm like, dude, you've been hooked on meth for 3 years. Like, your family has not needed you in quite some time. And I'm sure they're going to be able to manage this just fine.
I had the blessing of a family who were very open with the fact, like, we don't need you, bro. Like, we want you gone.
Yeah, and that's my point. Is like nobody needs this kid there. You know, like, he was just making an excuse because he thinks, oh, I got a perfect excuse that I can get out of treatment. And I don't even know if that was a real story, but he just made it up, I think, to get back to his drug of choice, because people will say some really crazy things sometimes. And I remember going through treatment early on, and it was excuse after excuse, anything. Oh, bed bugs. Oh, the food sucked, or pillow wasn't comfortable. Anything I could use, I was using to get out of treatment. You know, like, all right, I'm out of here, man. So, like, I get it. I've been there, done that, you know, but it's funny, like, how far they'll go with it. I never could be like, oh, I need to talk to my kid right now, you know, so I had to be more creative with my stuff. But, but it's just so funny, though, how that does happen. Again, it's not funny, but it is kind of like, wait, so your whole family wants you to save the day now because you've been in treatment for 4 days and you didn't get your way, so you're going to go home. Okay.
Like, that can start to happen, but for me, it was like 1.5 years into recovery. You know, I started to get that trust back, and people started to depend on me again.
Yeah.
Like, I had to build that. They're going to do that. One that blows my mind is funerals. And I kind of get how that's a special time, but the person that it's for doesn't care that you're not there. They would, I would say that they probably would like you to get your life together,
Yeah.
honestly.
They'd like to be up in heaven watching you for a little bit before you join them.
Not going out and, you know, going to their funeral and then getting put back in that temptation before you're ready, you know? So, but I know not everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, my grandfather I knew he was getting close, and it was just an act of God that I was able to be there, you know, and I knew there was a good chance that he might pass when I was in treatment that last time, but I also worked it out with myself in my own mind that if he did, I'm going to stay in treatment because there's nothing I can do out there. Plus, I was court ordered, so it was like, I could. But I mean, I could have, you know, I could have faced the consequences after and been like, well, my granddad died and I got a, you know. But I knew that my family wouldn't have wanted to see me there, and there's nothing I could have done, you know. And just how it worked out, I was told that I wasn't taking treatment serious, and so I was told I couldn't stay there 90 days, and then I was gone after 60. And I think he died 2 days after I got out of treatment, right before I was heading back to
Nathan's house.
to sober living. And I got my car fixed, and I'd seen him, and he looked like he'd just gotten out of a concentration camp. Like they stopped feeding him, and he's just so skinny, and just it looked horrible. I didn't want to see him again. And my mom was like, "Are you going to see Grandpa before you head out up north?" And I said, "Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna go Kalamazoo, and I'm gonna need your ID." Because I was still on the family plan because that's what 40-year-olds do. We get on our mama's family plan, and that's what we do. And they had sold me a bunk phone. The speaker wouldn't work. I mean, there's so many little things with this story that all has to line up to where it's perfect. And this is where I'm like, God, this is all you, bro. Because I get out of treatment early, and I had some resentments about that. Because first I was pissed off because I was taking it serious, but I was having fun at the same time. And
Kinda
so
messed up.
it pissed me off that they were like, no, you're not taking it serious. You're out of here. And I'm like, what? And then I called probation officer, and she's like, why are they letting you go early? And I said, because I'm doing so good, clearly. She said, oh, well, if you're out Tuesday, you need to be here Wednesday morning at 9. I said, okay, sounds good. And then I went back in there like, well, if you behave, I was like, no, let's go. I'm ready. I'm going to start this podcast. I'm going to start this company. I'm ready to go anyway, so I'm fine. Yeah. But I still have resentments for that. And then I get home, and I'm like, I need a new phone. So we go to Kalamazoo. They sell me a bunk phone. It might have like a used one or something. And the speaker wouldn't work, and it sounded all crappy. So I call, and they're like, well, you got to bring it back. But being on my mama's plan, I had to take it back to Kalamazoo. And I had to get her license and show them, hey, I'm on my mom's plan. Here you go, 40-year-old dude. What's up?
And that's not just
got any hotties
Kalamazoo
here?
And you're giving me crap about hooking my mom up with internet and phone.
Yeah, talk about enabling.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to my story.
The problem is that's not just Kalamazoo. That's Kalamazoo from Boyne City.
Well, no, that's Kalamazoo
different.
from Coloma.
Yeah.
Oh,
But Ben
okay.
Harbor.
It's only
I
like
thought you were in
45
Boyne
minute
City at
drive.
this point.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not as dramatic now for Mitch, but still dramatic enough. And so I had to drive back there, and my mom asked me, you going to see Grandpa? I said, no, I'm not. You know, I don't want to see him in that condition again. She's like, okay, well. So I get back from Kalamazoo. My stepdad had to fix it because I had apparently ran into a dumpster, busted the headlight out, and did some other things.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And then like they sent a part in because my stepdad said, oh, we can get this part from the junkyard. Well, they just cut it right out of the car. Unfortunately, it had wires that needed to be hooked up. So we had to send it back to get a new one. So like Jason, the owner of Nathan's house, he was like, why are you stalling? I'm like, I'm not. I'm being serious. This is what happened. He's like, okay, man. Well, you need to be here. I'm like, okay, well, it's coming. So then I come home, grab my basket of clothes, throw it in the back. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Start taking off. And then I stopped in South Haven because they had the cheapest gas in the area. And so I stopped in, exit 17 off 196, pull up, start filling up the gas tank, which in my pocket, mom's ID. Oh. First thought, I'll just mail it back to her. She won't miss it. And then next thought, aren't you trying to live life different? She gave you her ID so you could go get your punk ass phone, your 40-year-old grown ass man on your mom's family plan, and you can't take her back her effing license? Yeah. I thought we were going to try something different. So I said, you're right. And the people at the pump probably thought I was nuts talking to myself like this, but I was like, you're right. Nuts. That's right. You're gonna change. You got to change, you know, and you'll have those moments in your life where you'll want to just half-ass shit or do stuff the way you always done it. But sometimes you got to call yourself out and be like, nope. If you want a different life, if you want to change, it starts right now. So I was all right. So I drove it on over because my mom was in South Haven at the hospital, or not the hospital, but the hospice place with my grandfather. So I went over there and I gave her license back. Say, hey, here's this. I forgot to leave it on the table. And then I saw my grandpa one more time, and I showed him my 90-day coin. I was like, look, Grandpa, I got the 90-day coin last night or whatever. And I'm going up to Boyne City now to do sober living I love you. And he was like making some really crazy noises. And so I think that meant I love you too. And I'm really scared because he looked like it. And I got to see that though one more time and tell them that I loved him one more time. Then I jumped in the car and hit the road. An hour and a half later, my mom texted and said, Grandpa's gone. I was like, whoa.
That's wild, man.
Like, I would have been kicking myself to know that I could have had one more chance just to look at him and say, I love you
Right.
one more time. And my grandpa and I, we didn't have the closest relationship. He was a hard-working, that type generation, type of guy. And I do miss him. I do miss seeing him, but we weren't that close. But still, it was something that would really haunt me if I didn't have that chance. Or had that chance and let it slip on by, but that's kind of a crazy story to start my recovery journey, like out of treatment. And I had a chance to do the wrong thing and I didn't. And all these things had to set up. The phone had to suck. Otherwise I wasn't going to get my mom's ID, it was just nuts, man. And when you look at things like that, even being told you're not taking it serious in treatment, that had to happen exactly how it did. So it's pretty nuts when you can go back to those little moments in life and realize like that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah. My grandfather passed about a year before I got sober. Just over a year and a couple months. And he was more of a dad to me than my dad was, or like a loving parent, But he was the hot rider, construction, tough, worker. And like you said, the hard worker. Mm-hmm. And he never got to see me pull myself out of the addiction. He only got to see like the worst of it. But he did say before he passed, we knew he was going to go in a couple days. And so the whole family got together and we were talking and we were just like going over memories and stuff. It was really neat. And he got to kind of talk to each of us and say what he wanted to say to us. And he told me, and I don't know why he would have said this because I was such a failure at that point. But he said that he was proud of me. He goes, I don't agree with everything you've done, but I know that I haven't lived your life and know how difficult it is to be you. And I was just like, it didn't make any sense then. But it hits me hard now because within a year or just over a year after that, like I turned my life completely around. And I do have those moments where I was like, I wish I could show Grandpa what it's like now. So, because I know he'd be proud. Because if he told me that he was proud of me then, what would he say now? Mm-hmm.
Right.
So.
That's what you can expect on Recovery Dads.
Yeah.
Right.
This podcast took a turn.
Yeah. It's back to Justin's mom.
No.
Does she listen to this podcast? I bet she hates it if she does.
Well, she will now.
She does.
Yeah. She'll think you're both a-holes. No. She already thinks Mitch.
That's like she thought that about me for a long time.
She likes me though.
Yeah, she don't like Mitch at all.
Damn.
She likes me when you're talking to her and I make fun of you. She'll be like, that's funny shit.
Wow.
Yep. Good stuff.
But we got the plants watered today.
Marnie did them.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I did them on Monday. So a little bit of premature watering, but it's fine. It's
Susan's cage.
I got done yesterday.
Nice. Look at you guys.
I asked Mitch to do it the other day when I was really busy.
Nice. It's teamwork.
And he was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then he came up with 99 excuses why he couldn't.
99 excuses.
It's like 99 Problems by Jay-Z.
I had to ask him. I said, if I told you that I wanted you to do something and you said, yeah, sure. But then your boss says, hey, why don't you start working on this? What are you going to do?
It takes 10 minutes to clean her cage. And the boss would appreciate a clean cage in the office.
I learned that lesson.
He's yelled at us before for not cleaning her cage.
I got yelled at more times for not doing what he said right now. So
Man, this boss guy sounds like a dick, man.
The thing is when I do what he says, when he says to do it, he's not a dick.
Interesting.
But he'll spend 5 hours making a flyer.
Take notes on that. Oh, speaking of flyers, yeah, let's mention this real quick before we jump off. It's pretty much a lock. I think they just need money, and we got that. So I mean, not like we got that monies, but we got enough
For the event.
Yeah, because we get paid to like throw events and stuff. It's pretty fun. So we're gonna do I'm assuming it's the Twilight Asylum.
Yeah.
It's called the Asylum Twilight Tour
When's that?
at the Commons in Traverse City, which was the old place where they kept all the people at when they died and stuff.
Do we have a date and time?
Michigan State Hospital.
Whoa, I don't know. Sometime soon.
Details to come.
Yes, but we're gonna have that, and hopefully before April, and there'll be like a contest where people can sign up. 217recovery.com.
Because there will be limited
Sweet.
slots.
Yeah.
So we have
But
a
you can sign up.
contest and sign up. And
I asked her,
Kate.
asked Kate in an email. I said, "Yo, Kate, sounds good. How many people can we have, and can we take pictures and videos and stuff?" All the other tours like take video, but I don't know if some of them move along faster where they don't want people like just doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But at least if we could, that whole like stuff I was talking about earlier about the guy who wants to leave treatment because, he didn't get to talk to his kid, I want that kind of treatment. Well, like, well, they can't take pictures, but I sure the hell can. I'm Corey Winfield.
So I mentioned that last night to
Taking pictures?
No,
Oh.
to our new employee that it's required to do events
Uh-huh.
when you're hired at 217.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's not thrilled about this
she
event.
said no.
She's like, I ain't going to that.
She said, I ain't going to that.
And then she was upset with how Justin.
So I said, okay, you can be an ex-employee then.
Whoa.
Said it a little bit differently. But the event itself is going to be awesome. It is the Asylum Twilight Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a part of it where we get to go down into the old, they call them the steam tunnels.
The steam tunnel.
That's where they took patients back and forth.
you're steaming me. We're going to hear voices and stuff like that.
I've
Oh.
been in some of these buildings back in the day.
don't put that there.
There's
Steamer's not going to clean that stink off.
We're going to be going into one of the unrenovated, I think
my
it's
booty
the
hole.
men's treatment wards that they're going to take us through. Half of it's outside, so it's going to be really fun. And it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it will
So.
be fun.
Yeah.
That flyer that was made for it looks fly.
Damn.
That last year,
Justin
practicing,
shaking his head no, like he doesn't approve.
He just doesn't like that I listen to you and not him. So
Well, it'll be fun. Details coming soon. So if you're in the Traverse City area, or maybe you're like, you know what, I'll drive up for that. Hey, if you're gonna drive up for it, sign up.
oh yeah,
Sign up to win.
Free
I know
to you.
my aunt. She was telling me that they were watching Extreme. I don't even know what it's called. Expedition. Anyway, they did some like ghost hunting on Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That's pretty weak. And then they brought in the Ghost Brothers.
Oh, those guys are funny.
That was pretty interesting.
I watched
Like-
one with Jack Osborne with those guys. That was great.
Like the ghosts were like, Jamal, run. I was like, wait, that's something I never thought a ghost would say. like clearly, like well, there must be a haunting going on. Because it's normally it's like, help me or get out, all stupid shit like that. It's always the same thing. It's like if
He
you're
said
a
the dude's
ghost,
name. He about pooped himself.
wouldn't you like say like better stuff than get out or
Yeah.
help me? Like I'm like
That seemed like it.
yeah, like what if like it's like a deal with the devil who's like, all right, you get 2 words. you got 2 words in 4 seconds. Go. Help me. Okay. Like, I mean, that would suck. I'd be like, oh, this game is rigged. Being dead sucks. Nope. Too many words.
Damn it.
Being dead. Oh, that's all that showed up. But he's using the spirit box. Come on, Lucifer. Cut a brother a break. Like,
Oh yeah. No, I liked them. And they said that they're having people in recovery there is going to be kind of fun because a lot of the history was trying to figure out treatment for people with addictions and other mental health struggles back then. And it was a lot different than it is now. So they're actually going to pull out some more of the historical parts of that specifically for us. So it's going to be informational too. So it'll be fun.
I really hope we can film the whole. That'd be cool if we could film the whole thing.
Yeah, it would.
And then we got to do one shot of they just drained our batteries.
I want to
just put in new batteries.
I want
Now
to do a
they're done.
fun promotional there. I think it'd be cool, and I think you'd enjoy it. So, like the week before or something like that, or maybe even before that.
Go out there on the site and start
Yep.
recording some vids.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah. So
What if I clearly put in a fake ghost in the video and it's so obvious that like nobody would ever pass it up, but then we try passing off as a real ghost? We just have Justin walking by.
and it's with a sheet with
No,
holes.
that was a ghost. Yeah, that's a ghost, bro.
We gotta do it with the bear mask underneath it.
Like Justin was not here. That was a ghost. Anyway, all right, y'all. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you coming in to the studio and staying late. Appreciate you listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast and Recovery Dads Podcast. Coming soon.
Later.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.